Hey, I'm Sonic Kim, America's face of dating, or Connor McCandless if you're watching me here on Instagram or Facebook. So, today we have a message from a guy who actually did my program. And we can't say who he is because of privacy reasons. He's a professional IndyCar driver. A lot of you guys probably know him. My dad probably knows him because my dad won the 500 back in 1990, which was absolutely just cool. He still has the milk bottle on his shelf from winning that, which was supposed to go to the driver. He was the crew chief mechanic. But we have a guy here who, he did my program, and he wanted to keep his name for privacy reasons because, a lot of people might know him. But he was the guy that was showing up to the races, and he was single. And he didn't, even no matter how far with his success in becoming an IndyCar driver, he still struggled in this area of his life with getting girls. And he had a rival in he had a rival race car driver who was always with girls, I believe is what he told me, or like he had a really hot girlfriend or something like that. And he was always making fun of my client here for never having a girl at the races. Like, he's like, dude, you're always single, you're always alone, you're always by yourself. And that really inspired him to work with me in my program. And now that he has, things turned around pretty quickly. He got the girl, he beat his rival in the races, and now things have the power dynamic has, I guess you could say, switched. And so this is an amazing success story from one of my clients who, again, is a professional IndyCar driver. And it's really an inspiring story for a lot of you guys because as men, we like challenge. We have rivals, whether we like it or not, right? We step up to the plate for challenges. It's part of masculine energy. It's part of being an alpha male. That's why my website's called Awakening Alpha. And as a man and as masculine energy, when somebody challenges you, there's something that lights up inside of a man. And that's what inspired this guy to work with me and fix this. So here's his message right here. He said, "Hey Selna, I still remember sitting in the paddock before the race. My dad's going to be so pissed at me, man, because I don't know what the paddock is. I forget what that term means. But my dad, as an IndyCar, was involved for like 2 decades and won the 500. And got multiple pole positions as well. He's going to be like, dude, you don't know what the paddock is, man? I'll ask him today. I'll figure it out. Listening to one of my rivals," he said, "I was sitting in the paddock area before the race, listening to one of my rivals in the IndyCar circuit laugh about how I was always the guy showing up alone." Dude, it's just not a fun place to be, man. He would say, "Dude, how are you still single?" He'd say, smirking. Just, dude, imagine like your rival just like, dude, how are you still single? Like, he's condescendingly talking to you, but like, it's just disrespectful, right? While his girlfriend clung to his arm, he said, "I didn't have an answer. It wasn't like I wasn't trying, he says. It wasn't like I wasn't trying. I just never knew if a girl was actually interested or just being nice. So he didn't really know the signs. And that's something we had to teach him in my high-level mentorship is the signs and what to do when you see the signs. And also, sometimes with a girl's sign, you have to know, even if it's not really a sign, you can still make it into a sign by your interpretation. Like, let's say a girl accidentally bumps into you. You can interpret that as she's hitting on you. She did that on purpose to talk to you and being like, if you want to say hi, you don't have to, hip check me." He says, "And every time I thought I had a chance, it slipped right through my fingers. For the longest time, I struggled to read the signs. I'd second guess everything. Was she into me? Was she just being polite? I had no clue when to make a move, and it killed my confidence," he said. I mean, dude, you race cars at what, like 220 miles per hour or something like around that area? Like, dude, your cars go fast, man. Like, people get killed, doing what you do, man. Like, it's a dangerous fucking sport, bro. You race the fastest cars in the fucking world, dude. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care about tech people. That's not the fastest car. Dude, it's fast as fuck, bro. Those are the fastest cars in the world, man. They go fast as they just demolish NASCAR. Like, it's just not even a contest, dude. Indy cars are so fucking fast, man. If you crash, It's like, dude, it's just a high probability of death if you crash, man. It's a dangerous sport, dude. Like, that's a man's game right there, dude. Racing, fuel, testosterone, man. Like, it's one of the manliest things you could do. Like, besides like UFC and boxing and fighting, this comes pretty close to that, man. It's a dangerous sport, bro. But still, he said it killed my confidence. Dude, even after going through all that was my point. Like, even after racing and all this testosterone, dude, he had no confidence with dating. Success in your career doesn't determine success with your dating life. And if you want to, again, like, this guy probably raced, he told me he raced since he was a kid. He was doing, like, little competitions for, children with racing and go-karts and all that stuff, man. And it's like, dude, it was a skill that he developed, and he didn't develop his dating life. He didn't develop his confidence in dating. And that's a lot of your guys' position right now. And the perfect client who we work with in my high-level mentorship is, you're successful in your career. But then when it translates to dating success, there's like nothing there. And that dream relationship is kind of like the last missing piece. And you look like the perfect boyfriend on paper. That's our perfect client, dude. Like, we get the best results with those guys. He said, and meanwhile, every other guy around me, even my competition, seemed to have no problem locking down an amazing girl. So I kept playing it safe. I'd stay friendly, hoping they'd make the first move, but they never did. That's when I found your program. At first, I wasn't sure if this would even work for me. But man, I was tired of watching from the sidelines, so I jumped in. Yeah, man, like, dude, I have on my YouTube, and also in my results, if you go to my Instagram page, there's like bubbles on my profile that it says like results 1.0, 2.0, all the way up to 7.0 right now. We have to add a couple more. But it's like you guys watching, you have the gift of going second with my high-level mentorship. Like, this guy jumped in, Even when he jumped in, though, earlier last year, like, I've still been doing this for about 5 to 6 years now, and we've guided over 200 men now to their dream relationship. And so all of you guys watching, even the guy right here that's a professional IndyCar driver, he had the gift of going second. He's like, I'm not sure if it would work for me, but he saw all of our testimonial interviews on my YouTube. There's a playlist of all of our interviews. We still have to add about 24 more. We just haven't gotten those edited yet because we've been so busy, coaching the clients and everything. But also on my Instagram, there's the bubbles with results. You can go through those and see all of our results, and it gives you the gift again of going second. Just like this guy, he went second. After the guys, like some of my very first clients, like those are the guys that jump in, quote unquote. Like, those are the guys that are like, this is kind of like a risk, man. We'll jump in and see what we can do. And at the end of the day, what I believe, especially with mentorships, is not only do you have to be the guy that takes action and wants to fix this, but also you have to realize that a decision like this, when we have everything that you possibly need to be successful, you have to be the type of person that says, I'm going to make this successful. He has the tools. I'm going to use those tools, and I'm going to make it happen. At the end of the day, there's no such thing as the right decision. You make it the right decision, especially with something like a mentorship, with how you handle and how much effort you put into that mentorship as well. He said, fast forward to now, I get it. I finally understand what to look for, the little signals that women give off when they're interested, when to make a move, and how to naturally build attraction. That's what our mechanism is called, natural attraction. And that's what we taught this guy. Instead of fumbling my way through conversations, hoping something sticks. Yeah, man, if you guys rely on luck, you're gonna get destroyed in dating. Because you have no idea what you're doing. It's hard to be confident, which is like the foundation of, your dating life and women becoming attracted to you and women becoming interested in you. Confidence is the foundation of that. And if you guys don't have clarity with your dating life, you have no idea what works and what doesn't work, just with the numbers alone. Like, we just use numbers. Like, okay, like this opener typically gets this amount of responses. This opener gets 0 responses. Like, we've done all the hard work for you guys, so you can just hop right into the program and just do what works and get the best results. Like, race car reference here, but you don't need to reinvent the wheel, man. You just need to take what works and do it. And that's what we give you guys, is what works. So you guys can literally the 10 years that this would probably take to figure out on your own with all the studying and all the videos and all that stuff and going through trial and error, literally, if you just do my mentorship, it's going to take that 10 years and probably reduce it down to like 3 or 4 months at the max. Like, to me, that's worth it every single fucking time. It's just like, dude, there's no such thing as time travel. Conspiracy. There's no such thing as time travel, but the closest you're going to get to it right now is through mentorships and teachers. He said, and the best part, I've got an incredible girlfriend now. Yeah, man, I wish I could do a testimonial with this guy, but again, like he's famous, he can't do it. So I was like, dude, just write into me and, write this for me to break down. That can be your testimonial, I guess. He said, I've got an incredible girlfriend now. She's exactly the type of woman I always thought was out of my league. The crazy thing, she was there all along. I just wasn't the guy who knew how to make it happen. Yeah, she was just, she was a part of the race team, and he just didn't know how to make it happen. And she was showing interest, and he had no idea that she was showing interest. And after we taught him what to say and how to say it, within a couple weeks, he starts dating her. And now things have kind of turned around, as you'll hear in a second. He goes, oh, and that rival of mine, let's just say not only am I winning on the track, but I'm winning off of it too. Yeah, man, now he's the guy that's just like, what were you saying about being single? And dude, why are you so far back on the track, man? You better work on your racing skills, man. He's the one that's getting the last laugh. If anyone reading this is on the fence, don't wait. You don't have to be the guy watching other men get what you want. I couldn't say it better than that, bro. Take the leap, it changes everything. Appreciate you, man. His name, obviously. But, dude, I couldn't say it better myself, man. You need to take action. You need to take action and fix this if you want something to change. When have you ever had a big problem in your life or something you've struggled with and it fixed itself? Never, ever. You can't think of one time when that's happened, which means you need to take action, especially with something as big as dating. You have the big three, right? You have your finances, you have your health, and then you have love and relationships. And you need to take care of these big three as a man. You need to learn the skills for all three. I have hired mentors for all three of these areas because they are the big three. If you don't have all three of these areas mastered, you will not be fully happy. And so you guys need to take action. If you're a guy that has a successful career, you don't even have to be a professional race car driver like that, but like you're making decent money. Let's say around 6 figures, maybe 80 to 100K, more than that. A little bit less than that, that's totally fine. Maybe you're a nurse. We have a bunch of nurses in my program. Maybe you do tech. Maybe you're a mechanic. But you have a career and you're crushing it overall with your life. You look like the perfect boyfriend on paper, but maybe you're too nice or you keep getting friend zoned and girls are pulling away and going cold. Then let's work together and fix this. I would hate to see you go literally 25, 30, 35, 40, and things just keep getting worse as you keep getting older. It's just going to keep getting harder the older you get. And you should enjoy it now. Like, you have your whole life, man. You have your whole life, dude. So it's like, dude, why not just invest with our mentorship so you can just enjoy it now? Just learn the skills necessary now. It's like, dude, with my program, you guys can break it down right now to as little as, I can look it up. With our partners, you can break it down to as little as like 150 a month right now. It's like, if you guys are telling me that you can't afford, at the bare minimum, $150 a month to live your dream life with your dream girl, like, in my opinion, it's just like, that's just, someone who says that just doesn't really deserve to have that life. Like, you know how much I've invested over my life in mentorships, dude? Over 150,000. My tax guy was like, dude, you spend a lot of money. I said, no, I don't, sir. I said, I invest a lot of money. And so, if you guys are the same thing, and you want to invest in yourselves, and you want to learn the skills necessary to get to where you want to be, if you're on my Facebook or my Instagram right now, message me the word ready. That's how I know you watched this video. That's how I know that you've been watching my videos, and we'll prioritize you over everyone else, the hundreds of guys that message us per day. If you're on YouTube, you can directly book in a call with me or my team. There's a calendar link in the description below. It's the first link. You can book in a call with me or my team. And if that's a perfect fit, we'll walk you through the strategy of what we would do if we were to partner up and work together on this. And so on that note, I'm Sonic Kim, America's face of dating. Hope to work with you soon, and I'll see you next time.